First, I'd like to thank the members of the General Assembly for addressing the issue of veterans grants. That's greatly helped the community colleges, and we really appreciate the recognition that you've given our veterans and the college. Secondly, you should know that the recent veto to the state budget impacted community colleges' annual appropriation. The veto completely removed $3 million for student success grants. This is a grant that's used to fund teaching and learning activities for disabled students, learning impaired students, and physically disabled students. And Stephanie and Jeremy are going to speak to that in just a moment. Thirdly, the veto eliminated a $7 million increase in the community college basic operating grant. As was mentioned in the presentation, that severely hurts our colleges. It would have meant an overall increase of about 2% had it been increased. The problem is, when you reduce our base operating grants, that affects tuition. The community colleges in Illinois have not been adequately funded since 2002. And just to give you an example of how that's worked, in 2002, COD students paid $55 per credit hour. This year, tuition for the same student will be $103 per credit hour. Again, because of the reduction in our base operating grants. Again, you should know that the $10 million reduction in these two items, the student success grants and the base operating grants, result in a state funding level that is 1% below last year's funding level. Even if these cuts are restored, state funding for community colleges will still be 6% below where they were in 2002.
My name is Steve Messerly, and I serve as the Executive Director of your Fox Valley Park District. I'm also the President-elect of the American Academy for Park and Recreation Administration and a member of the American Association of Museums. I'd like first to thank Representative Chapelavia, Representative Fortner, and Senator Dillard for hosting these hearings, as well as Speaker Madigan, who helped encourage us to come out and get involved in this process. In his line item veto, Governor Blagojevich has eliminated $3 million for funding from Illinois Park District Museum facilities. The money was to come from off-track betting funds. The Illinois Horse Racing Act requires that some of the state income from off-track betting parlor taxes be distributed back to museums and park districts and conservation districts in communities where off-track betting facilities are located. We have one, a new one in fact, is going up in North Aurora, and there's one out on the east end by the Fox Valley Mall. At the Fox Valley Park District's Red Oak Nature Center and the Blackberry Farm, $142,000 was arbitrarily cut and will hurt those who need it most. Museums provide important local, regional, state, and national benefits. Museums provide a source of enjoyment and education for every generation and community. They reflect the heritage and fabric of our community. They foster exploration, critical thinking, and appreciation of history, science, the arts, and the natural world. Museums strengthen and enrich lives of people by inspiring lifelong learning, culture, and values. They forge relationships with community partners such as schools, libraries, neighborhood, and social service organizations. Museums contribute significantly to the livability and economic vitality of a community. They attract jobs, tourism, and local visitors. Finally, they are accessible to all residents and provide many low-cost and no-cost facilities, programs, and services. On behalf of the Fox Valley Park District, the American Academy for Park and Recreation, the American Museum Association, we strongly oppose the proposed cuts, rate of funds, and reneging on a commitment to museum purposes. If those communities impacted by gambling don't benefit, maybe we should reevaluate gambling itself. Thank you, Representative.